The gang's all here. Thank you. Thank you everybody for your patience, and thank you for to our panelists for being here today. So this panel was my suggestion as a way to kind of share a little bit about, I mentioned earlier this morning that we had kind of some pretty significant financial investments made with the New York State budget last year. And I wanted to invite the folks who are kind of serving as stewards of that funding to specific initiatives in SUNY to be able to talk about that. Namely, the investments that were made for digital transformation and for the SUNY Transformation Fund focused on student success. So here with me here today, let me see if I can click to the panel. There we go. This is going to be a coordination effort. So here with me today is Brian Digman, who is the SUNY Chief Information Officer, Donna Linderman, who is our Senior Vice Chancellor for Student Success, and Valerie Dent, who is Associate Vice Chancellor and Deputy for Student Success. Hopefully I got all those right. Good. So let me tell you a little bit about them before we jump into the presentations. So Brian is the Chief Information Officer, as I said, for SUNY System Administration, where he is responsible for system-wide technology development and support. His portfolio includes SUNY's digital transformation, which will use technology at dramatically increased scale to deliver high-quality education through a seamless student experience. Before coming to SUNY, Brian also served as Chief Information Officer for the state of New York, leading technology programs that generated hundreds of millions of dollars in operational efficiencies, as well as delivering on major state policy goals ranging from economic development and public safety to the environment and social services. And I got to put this down here so that, there we go. Sorry about that. We're just knocking everything over. Okay, next up is Donna Linderman. Donna is Senior Vice Chancellor for Student Success at SUNY, our first leadership position focused on student success. And in this role, she is leading SUNY's system-wide investment through the SUNY Transformation Fund, which is supporting many campus initiatives, including the replication of the evidence-based ASAP and ACE degree completion model, upward mobility initiatives, multi-campus transfer partnerships, operational efficiency, and essential student supports. As Senior Vice Chancellor for Student Success, Donna's portfolio includes, and she's going to talk about this, enrollment management and financial aid, university life and opportunity programs, transfer and articulation, the Transformation Fund, higher education in the prisons, and the Center for Professional Development, which is near and dear to all of our hearts here. Donna is also co-leading the SUNY Transfer Task Force, which was established to bring together experts from across the SUNY system to be assured that transfer opportunities, particularly vertical transfer between associate and baccalaureate programs, are more fully realized. She previously served as Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs at the City University of New York, or CUNY, our friends right here in the city, where she led the design and implementation of nation-leading student success initiatives. She was the principal architect of the design and scaling of the CUNY Accelerated Study and Associate Programs, or ASAP model, which has been shown in rigorous randomized controlled trial evaluations to double community college completion rates and has been successfully replicated at campuses in New York and other states. At CUNY, Donna also led the development and execution of the CUNY Accelerate, Complete, and Engage, or ACE initiative, which is the ASAP version at the four-year institutions. Along with CUNY Start, a nationally recognized initiative to help first-year students with the academic gap successfully enter and succeed in college, and has led successful CUNY system-wide initiatives to improve completion by strengthening academic momentum, reform developmental education, improve educational and employment outcomes for student fathers, and more. She began her academic career as an assistant professor at Brooklyn College and holds a BFA in drama from the University of Southern California, an MFA in theater from Brooklyn College, and will soon defend her dissertation for an EDD and higher ed admin from Northeastern University. And then finally, we have Valerie Dent, who is the Associate Vice Chancellor and Chief Deputy for Student Success for SUNY System Administration. In her role, she is responsible for providing senior leadership and guidance to the newly formed and wide-ranging student success portfolio, which includes enrollment management, I won't go through them all again because Donna's going to talk about them. Prior to joining SUNY, Valerie served as the first Deputy Commissioner of New York State Division of Human Rights. She has also held a variety of public and private sector leadership roles, including at IBM, the law firm of Mudge, Rose, Guthrie, Alexander, and Ferdin, Grand Central Partnership, Bryant Park Restoration Corporation, 34th Street Partnership, and the Upper Manhattan Empowerment Zone. So you're right at home here. Valerie is a graduate of Vanderbilt University, where she holds a degree in economics, and Columbia University School of Law, where she earned her JD. And I just want to say I've had the pleasure of working with all three of these folks on a variety of things, and really sincerely appreciate you all being here to share with the online community the work that you're doing in your various areas. So thank you. Okay, and with that, I am going to hopefully get the slides up. Brian, you're up next. When you're ready to go to the next slide, just say next and I'll click.
Very much, and thank you for the opportunity to present today. So today the agenda for the digital transformation overview is we'll start with a quick recap of what it actually is. I'll talk about the delivery team organization, give you some familiarity with who's actually on the implementation team, etc. There are a few sub-projects that I'll highlight that are active. You may hear some buzz on your campus about, so I thought it might be worthwhile to go over them. And then we'll talk about campus involvement, and that's the advisory task force, and how to submit ideas outside of the task force for folks that aren't in it. And I'll finish with next steps. So let's move to the next. Okay, so a quick recap. What is it? In the budget this cycle, we were granted a $200 million one-time investment for IT improvements across the system. The way that we're breaking the project or organizing the project is, and when I say breaking, I meant to say breaking up the project or organizing it, is infrastructure and cybersecurity, data governance and analytics, and student and business application development. So we decided that investments were needed across the board, certainly in infrastructure and cyber. I'm going to talk about them today, but data analytics is an area of great importance and something that we intend to improve. And of course, student and business application development. It's all about the student services. So that's where we're going to make some large investments as well. All right, what's next? I wanted to show you the 6 objectives. Early on in the project, as we started to form the teams, we thought it was really important to document those objectives. So we reached out to the campuses, and this is the list we came up with. Any of the recommendations that we move forward with on this project need to support at least one of these objectives. And I don't think you'll find any surprises here. They're high level, but they're also very important. So I wanted to quickly flash what those objectives look like. Okay. In terms of a quick recap, we are introducing a formal governance structure. It's actually being put into place now. It's a large project, and as such, we felt it was important to have a structure, a very organized way to implement. We built a PMO, a project management office. We hired an expert in this area that is bringing us a governance structure that underlies all of what I'm about to talk about. We also formalized a startup process. And I'll talk a little bit more about the startup process, but what you're really going to want to know is how do you get some ideas into this? What is the intake process? And I'll touch on that in a slide or two. But also important, we're trying to contain scope creep. With a project like this, once ideas start to flow, next thing you know, the project starts at 200 million and you're at 600 million trying to figure out what we're going to actually get done. So having that startup process and a very formal governance structure was important to us. Next, please. Okay, so the actual project team, the implementation team reflects the pillars that I talked about a moment ago. So they are infrastructure and cybersecurity, and that's being led by our CTO, Kevin Stillman. Data analytics and database management. This team will also be stretching into research requirements as well. And our leads there are Bridget Almas and Teresa Foster. And the third pillar is student and business application development, led by Carrie Powsey. She is also our Associate Chief Information Officer here at System Administration. If you look a little bit lower on the chart, you'll notice a bar that spans across all of them. And you'll also notice that each of them have dedicated project managers, and that's part of our governance structure I was talking about a moment ago. The white band that goes across our enterprise architect. We are in parallel to this developing an overall enterprise architecture. I don't think this is the first attempt at it that SUNY's made, but certainly we wanted to document, we thought it was important to document the overall architecture that SUNY works within. So we've started moving on that, and more to follow on that soon. We've actually purchased a tool, and we're starting to populate the enterprise architecture now. Holding all of this up is the project management office, which I mentioned a moment ago. So that's our delivery team. That's the implementation team. I'm going to talk a little bit in a slide or two. I'll be talking a little bit about the rest of the structure and the way campuses participate. Before I touch on that, though, I wanted to share with you the 3 projects that we kicked off before everything was in place. And the reason we did it this way is there was so much pressure around building our cyber defenses, and that's CrowdStrike. But also we knew that we would have needs in improving our network architecture across the campuses and unified communications. We formed a unified communications team about 1.5 or 2 years ago in parallel, and we folded that initiative right into what we're doing here. So let me touch on CrowdStrike first, which is our next slide. Okay, lots of words on this page. But really the takeaway here is we contracted with CrowdStrike, which is one of the top tier cyber defense firms in the industry. And we did it in such a way, we bought about 75,000 licenses. We'd like to see 25, our original goal was to see 25 institutions or so participate, and we're doing formal PIAs. The project is picking up the initial cost for 3 years. And I'm just looking at the slide now, realizing that already it's a little outdated. We are already at 27 campuses. It turned out that our 75,000 license initial purchase is we were able to extend that a little bit beyond the original. And we're at our PIAs are all in for all 27, and 4 campuses have already been or are just about to be fully implemented. What we like about the product is it's very lightweight, it's very capable, it's an excellent cyber defense tool, but also it provides some visibility that we didn't have in the past. So that I always think of cyber as a team sport. And this particular tool allows campuses the defenses they need, but it also provides reporting both to the SOC and out to the state. So it will provide additional defenses and additional information sharing. Where that becomes important is when there's a problem or some sort of incident. Getting that information out quickly helps protect other assets or other campuses that might have similar vulnerabilities. So we're expecting to see some real improvements here. And you can see completion date is June of this year. We expect to have this defense up and ready. So lots of progress here. I mention it because you may hear some buzz about it at your campus, and it is a bit of a sea change in the cyber arena. So what's next? Fortinet. Fortinet, this is an investment we're making in our network infrastructure. we anticipated as the teams really started to get to work that it would start to put a load on our network, and that some campuses might have a little difficulty because of their older technology. So we're starting to make investments here. I won't dwell on it, but I just wanted to mention it because it's an area of coordination that is benefiting the campuses, and I think will allow us to share in a way that may have been challenging before because of some limitations in our technology. What's next? Unified communications. Many of the campuses, again, there's a very wordy slide, but many of the campuses have teams, and we were looking for a way to lower or at least control costs. And one of the bullets I'll draw your attention to is the third under goals. The campuses that participate, many of them will see a sizable cost benefit. And I don't know about all of you, but I'll just speak for myself. I have Zoom, I have Teams, I have WebEx. I mean, there's about 12 different ways to communicate. I have a phone, a Cisco phone on my desk. It's been terrific. Although I'm at the point now when my desk phone rings, it actually startles me. I use it so infrequently. So we're going to look to strip that cost out of the environment. Here at System, we're going to lead this effort. We have already put in to transfer about 400 of our phone lines to Teams. So Teams will be the primary communications mechanism that we use going forward. I thought it was worth a mention here, of course, because of the potential cost savings, but also I thought you might be interested if your campus is involved. There are changes probably heading your way. Okay, next slide, please. So let's talk a little bit about campus participation in this project. We actually already have a formal intake process. The thought is we formed the ATF. This is the Advisory Task Force. This is I'll show you a slide in a moment that shows the breakdown. But this is where the campuses will make recommendations for the technology investments that SUNY should be making under the digital transformation process. The task force has already started to meet. They started earlier this year, and they will continue to meet periodically. There's an in-person meeting where we're bringing the entire ATF together. Today, that's roughly 80 participants from all across the SUNY system. I can say that I've sat in a few of these meetings. I sat in one just today, a little bit earlier today, and the conversations are really, really interesting. So I think we're going to see some really great recommendations come out of the ATF. For campuses that, for whatever reason, or people across the SUNY system might have some great ideas but aren't actually part of the ATF, we have an intake system, which I think if you'll advance to the next slide. Oh, I thought I had it on the next slide, but it might be the one after this. Here is the actual ATF. These are the 5 subcommittees. The ATF as a whole, the way it's organized is, emerging technologies, cybersecurity, technology administrative systems, student success and academic learning environments, and research and data analysis. These are the subcommittees that each of these are chaired by a campus representative, and the overall ATF, I'm a member of it as well. We report up, we will funnel recommendations up to a governance task force that has overarching responsibility, and that's where the final decisions will be made in terms of which projects we take on. I was just going to say the full roster, you can go to dtp.suny.edu to see the full roster and any other updates that are occurring. I think I have 1 or 2 more slides. How do you submit an idea? So we wanted to give everybody an opportunity to participate. So if you go out to dtp.suny.edu, you'll see that the intake form is out there, and you should feel free to submit ideas. As they come in, we will distribute them to the closest or the best representative ATF team. If it crosses team, then we'll submit it to multiple teams for their consideration. Okay. Next steps. I think I've touched on many of these, but just to be thorough, the ATF is already active. If you haven't heard of it, please feel free to reach out within your campus, or feel free to ping me directly, and we'll get you connected to the closest representative. The DTP intake process, I touched on, it says next week, but we actually rolled it out just prior to this meeting, and the in-person meeting on April 24th. So that's what I have for presentation today. Kim, I don't know if you're taking questions in between or waiting to the end.
Yep. So we do have time at the end for a Q&A session, but if there was a burning question for Brian, somebody who doesn't want to lose their thought, we could take one question now.
Just real quickly, did you say that DTP was open? Because I can't.
dtp.suny.edu. Is that an open site, or is that on SUNY Blue that requires credentials, Brian?
I believe it's open to SUNY. If there are difficulties, it's
Yep.
definitely on SUNY Blue, but I thought we opened it up. And if folks are having difficulty getting to it, let me know.
I think. Okay.
SUNY employees should be able to.
You should be able to with your campus credentials. If you have campus user ID and password, you should be able to get into SUNY Blue. I can help you look at that later, okay, Ann? All right. Let's go to the updates on student success with Donna, and let me get your title slide is up, Donna, so I'll turn it over to you.
Great. Thank you, Kim. So it's good to see everybody virtually. Delighted to be here today at the online summit, just to share some of the important work we're doing at the system level and across our campuses within student success. So let's Kim already gave you my bio. Delighted to join SUNY I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary to create this integrated office of programs that directly impact the student experience, and to really pull them into one portfolio to try to strategically and holistically consider the entire student experience as they move into and through the university, perhaps at one or many of our colleges. So let's go to the next slide. So as Kim mentioned, just want to give you the visual of the Office of Student Success. So it's made up of these 6 areas: enrollment management and financial aid, our university life and opportunity programs, which consists of student assembly, EOP, disability services, military and veteran services, childcare, basic needs, and also supports student assembly. Transformational initiatives, which I'm going to talk about specifically in a few minutes, which is a new area that includes the implementation and replication of evidence-based initiatives across all colleges, focused on improving the student experience and their outcomes, that's supported by our generous State Transformation Fund. Transfer and articulation, which includes oversight of transfer policy and practice, as well as our system-wide transfer task force, which Kim mentioned. Our Office of Higher Education in Prison, which currently supports 14 SUNY campuses that work inside 23 state prisons, and that serve over 1,000 students. We're very committed to expanding this work to more colleges in the short term. And then finally, the Center for Professional Development, which, as you know, provides outstanding professional development and training and support for faculty, staff, and campus leaders. And a big shout out to Kim for her partnership and the excellent stewardship and leadership that she provided to CPD, and her help to me and my team as we've taken on more direct support of CPD. Next slide. So just a few thoughts about some of the guiding principles about why these offices, why these units. So one thing that I discussed with the chancellor when I was agreeing to join his team is the importance of really considering the full student experience from recruitment all the way through graduation in a more integrated and supportive manner. The notion of student success obviously lives in many areas, both in and out of the classroom, but the students experience their movement into and through the university, hopefully as a holistic single experience. So thinking about how we can improve that is one guiding principle of our work. Next is the idea of focusing strategically on improving enrollment, retention, and completion through the integration of evidence-based models. I'm going to speak about the ASAP and ACE model in a moment, but that is certainly not the only way of improving enrollment retention and completion. Identifying opportunities for better collaboration between system and campus units to address barriers and to improve processes and practices. And then finally, working more closely in a consortial manner with campuses to improve student success and to hopefully try to address some campus-specific needs, which can be very differentiated in such a large system. Next slide, please. So to stay up to date on what we're doing in our areas, we've created a website which can be found on SUNY EDU. So please check back regularly for updates on what we're doing. So I'd like to pivot now to the next slide, where I'm going to talk about the state's investment in some of the work I just described. So thanks to Governor Hochul and the state legislator, SUNY saw an unprecedented investment to bolster both system-wide and campus initiatives. And I'm very proud to bring you some updates on the Transformation Fund. Next slide. So one of the investments that you may have heard quite a bit about is the SUNY Transformation Funds. This was a $75 million appropriation for transformational initiatives that support the adoption of evidence-based interventions across all SUNY campuses. And the funds were divided in three ways. $60 million of the fund has been allocated directly to campuses to adopt evidence-based transformational programs to improve the student experiences and their outcomes. I'm going to take you through that in a moment. $10 million was set aside for strategic economic development strategies and $5 million for strategic enrollment initiatives. Next slide. So I'm going to talk to you today about the $60 million Campus Transformational Fund. So of this allocation, every campus received a set allocation from the fund, and a formula was used, which was based on enrollment, student needs, mix of programs. It was very carefully calibrated so that this was not a grant that people were competing for money. Everyone got a piece of it based on a careful assessment of what the campuses might need most specifically. So last summer, we conducted a structured planning and review process for campuses to submit a transformation fund plan for their campus. The planning process included distributing guidelines and a common template that all campuses used. My office hosted webinars, optional office hours for campus teams, as well as many individual discussions with campuses before they submitted a plan for their campus for approval, describing how they would use their piece of the allocation. Campuses were encouraged to determine where they would have the most impact, and they were required to put forward at least a 10% match of their allocation. They were asked also in this planning process, in their written documents, to identify particular groups of students who would be served by using these funds and committing to participating in any reporting on impact and any evaluation that might be developed over time. So this past fall, all the college plans were received. They received their first tranche of funds, and the ongoing release of funds will be contingent on the campuses meeting the interim success metrics that they identified in their approved plans. Next slide, please. So just so you understand a little bit about how the campuses could spend their money. So in our planning template, campuses chose from a menu of allowable uses. We really encourage campuses to think about where they could have the most bang for their buck based on their needs. So group one campuses could spend at least 50% of their allocation on one of two areas, enhancing economic mobility through preparation of employment in high demand fields. This could be either on the degree or the non-degree side of the house, or increasing retention and completion of degree seeking students through replication of the ASAP and ACE evidence model. And all campuses who were interested in ASAP and ACE also participated in a separate set of webinars to learn more about that model with our colleagues from CUNY. Group two allowed campuses to use up to 50% of their allocation within one or more of the following areas. And again, campuses did not have to pick from every area. They could put all their money in one of group one or group two, or they could pick one and then several in the following categories. focus on expanding and launching seamless transfer pathways between campuses, which could include joint or dual admissions programs between bachelor's and associate programs, efforts that increased operational efficiencies and elimination of redundancies, ideally through multi-campus partnerships. But we had lots of very, very interesting ideas in this space. And then finally, delivering essential supports for targeted, underserved groups of students. Next slide, please. So across the entire summer, which included the release of the plans, office hours, webinars, consultations, this is how the campus's use of funds shook out in the final set of approved plans. So 40 campuses opted in to use funds in enhancing economic mobility. We had 25 campuses who opted into replicating ACE or ASAP, more to come on that. 20 campuses elected to focus on enhancing transfer pathways, 13 into streamlining operational efficiencies, and 31 campuses into improving essential student supports. Here's just a couple of quick examples in each area so you have a sense of where campuses landed. So in the case of Stony Brook, the demand for their computer science programs regularly exceeds their capacity. So they use part of their funds to expand capacity within the major by about a third. In operational efficiencies, SUNY Optometry partnered with Upstate Medical to create the establishment of a doctor of optometry upstate, where there's increased demand for optometrists, but a lack of individuals who are trained in this. So the goal here was to create capacity upstate by utilizing distance learning for lectures with faculty from SUNY Optometry's campus located in Manhattan. It's a very novel partnership between these two campuses. In transfer pathways, Buffalo State was using part of their funds to support a position that works directly at Erie Community College to improve transfer and provide early engagement with students who plan to transfer to Buffalo State. In essential student supports, SUNY Delhi expanded their textbook reserve program to ensure that all students had access to required course materials by removing the financial barrier associated with rising textbook costs. So next slide. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the ASAP and ACE replication. And again, as Kim mentioned, this is work that's very near and dear to my heart because I led it personally at CUNY for many years. I was delighted when Chancellor King invited me to join his team. He indicated that he very much wanted to see the successful model replicated within the SUNY context, provided we received support from the state, which we did, and that campuses were willing to step into a replication with fidelity to the core program model. Next slide. So as mentioned, a total of 25 colleges raised their hands to be part of this effort. The idea here is that all campuses agreed to launch with inaugural cohorts of 150 students per college who could be admitted across the spring and fall of 2024. So as Kim mentioned, ASAP and ACE within the SUNY context is modeled on the program at CUNY, both ASAP at the associate level and ACE, its baccalaureate model that has over many years been found through the most rigorous evaluation, both quasi-experimental and experimental, to dramatically improve the completion rates of students that participate in the program, narrow opportunity gaps, and realize dramatic cost savings. So we're delighted that so many colleges agreed to participate in this. We were hoping 10 to 15 colleges would. Couldn't have been more thrilled that 25 joined. And on the next slide, you'll see what those colleges are. Oh, sorry, I jumped the gun. So just a little bit about what the ASAP model is. So the program targets, and I get this question a lot, so I'm gonna slow down for a minute. ASAP and ACE target non-EOP Pell eligible students post-admissions. So if you're familiar with EOP, you know this is a program, a wonderful program that targets students that have the greatest economic need who are also academically inadmissible by the normal standards campuses establish. An amazing program that serves vast numbers of students who do remarkably well in the program. There's also students that fall just outside of those criteria, whether it's economic or academic, but who still need support and who are Pell recipients. That's the population that ASAP targets. It's a post-admissions option. Students are admitted to the campus through normal channels, and then they learn about the program, which does require them to attend full-time in majors that the campuses select. They receive multiple resources and supports. This includes a cost of attendance support after financial aid, funds to offset textbook expenses, and a monthly stipend for travel and other needs, which could be in the form of a campus dollar card or even a gas card, depending on what works best within a campus context. Very importantly, while the financial resources are frequently what attracts the students to the program, a very comprehensive support model is in place that has overwhelmingly over time been found to be the most successful dimension of the program that really helps the students be retained, gain and maintain momentum, and graduate in a timely manner. That includes highly personalized advisement support with one advisor from the minute a student walks in the door to the day they graduate, academic support, and integrated career development activities. So since 2007, when the program was formed at CUNY, it's collectively served, actually now it's more than 100,000 students within CUNY, and it's been replicated in 7 states and counting. Next slide, please. So here we have the list of the campuses. So as you can see, 13 community colleges raised their hands to replicate the ASAP model, which helps students graduate within 2 to 3 years, and the ACE model, which focuses both on first-time freshmen, as well as transfer students who enter with an associate degree. Freshmen in the ACE model have 4 years to complete their degree, and transfer students 2 years, and it's the same resource and support model across both programs. Next slide, please. So I'm going to turn things over now to Valerie Dent, who's going to talk to you a little bit about our multi-campus transfer partnerships. We're very excited about.
Great. Thank you, Donna. And as she mentioned, I'm going to actually go through sort of the information about our multi-campus transfer partnership funding mechanism. Next slide, please. So as part of the Transformation Fund, we were able to actually identify some additional funding to support these multi-campus transfer partnerships. You'll recall in the slide that Donna showed, out of all of the allowable uses of the Transformation Fund, 20 campuses elected to use their funds for these transfer partnerships. So after we dug in a little bit more about these, we identified the particular campuses where they were interested in providing a little bit more information regarding their transfer pathways. So in addition to the 20 who elected to use their transformation funding, we also allowed the extra funding to be designated for their partners. So a total of 38 campuses will receive awards based upon the partnerships that they identified. Some of the examples are listed there. We've got Albany with Hudson Valley Community College. This is a particularly interesting one in that this partnership shows a dedicated branding room on HVCC's campus that is going to be staffed by University of Albany transfer advisors as well as student affairs representatives to really engage the students directly on opportunities to transfer from HVCC to Albany. Another example, which has predated the Transformation Fund, is the Binghamton and Broome partnership that has been modified in some ways, but is tremendously still very impactful for students who want to transfer ultimately once completing Broome to Binghamton. Then we've got examples for Brockport, where they're partnering with Finger Lakes, Genesee, and Monroe Community College. Erie Community College has identified partnerships with Buffalo State and University of Buffalo. We've got Farmingdale, who is definitely already working very closely with Nassau Community College and Suffolk Community College, Onondaga, and the list goes on. So you can see sort of on the slide, you know, the number of available partnerships. Some of these partnerships are in the very early stages, and some have been in existence before the Transformation Fund. So we're very pleased to be able to support these strong partnerships and identify these opportunities for students who may not necessarily be aware of the pathways between a 2-year and a 4-year institution. So next slide, please. Oh, I guess that's, I guess everything was on the last one. I'm sorry. Go. Yes, sorry. Just wanted to sort of highlight sort of the available usage. The funding could be used for just a very strict group of uses. Primarily, we wanted the funding to be utilized for direct student engagement. So that included hosting events, providing opportunities for students to visit the partner campus, get on the campus, to speak to advisors, speak to other students. So the direct student engagement was the highest priority of the use that we identified for the campuses. We also indicated that they could use the fund for professional development because a number of the campuses, especially with newly formed partnerships, wanted to encourage faculty to become more a part of the pathway. So the professional development took a lot of different forms. Campuses submitted a budget as well as a summary for each of these. So we were and are still reviewing a lot of these proposals to verify their direct usage. And as I mentioned, also transportation for students between the partner campuses, that's tremendously important. We wanted to make it easier for students to be able to see themselves on the partner campus and also take advantage of the opportunities that a partner campus might be able to provide. So the transportation was definitely an allowable use. And then ultimately the marketing and advertisement needed to be utilized or needed to be I guess definitely enhanced as part of the funding mechanism. So all of those available uses, and we're very pleased to see that all 38 of them are 38 of the campuses are tremendously engaged in making these opportunities more available to the students. The funding has to be utilized no later than spring of 2024. So there's a limited opportunity here, but clearly, we want to make sure that students are made aware of all these opportunities, and each of the campuses are tremendously excited about it.
Sorry about that. Next slide. Thank you. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to tell you about our transfer task force and some exciting transfer technology developments. So next slide, please. So the transfer task force was formed this past fall in response to ongoing challenges with transfer. So our transfer challenges are in no way unique. We're capitalizing on our ability, however, to mobilize collective response and resources by creating a system-wide task force that draws on the collective expertise from all areas of the university and across the state to address these challenges: uneven implementation of our transfer paths, lack of comprehensive system-wide guidance for credit articulation, issues with technology, erratic cross-campus advisement and admission processes that are not always as clear as they could be for students, insufficient student transfer and course articulation data that's available to staff, and campus level resources. And our issues are very much mirrored by national statistics that demonstrate that despite the fact that 3/4 of students that start at the associate level wish to earn a bachelor's degree, 6 years later, only about 17% of them have done so, and vast numbers experience credit loss. Next slide, please. So the transfer task force was started to take shape actually last July, and it officially launched in September with 100+ members from across all SUNY campuses representing all sectors and all regions of the state, as well as here at the system office, and our regular meetings launched. So the structure of the program is of the task force, it's led by a steering committee. We have a president's advisory committee and 5 working groups that focus on advisement and transfer services, curriculum and transfer pathways, financial aid and student accounts, enrollment management, and student records. And the model that we adopted was that each of these bodies is co-led by a system as well as a campus representative, and there's frequent dialogue between all of these parties. So all of the working groups synthesized a set of preliminary recommendations and emergent themes into an interim report that we presented to the Chancellor and our President's Advisory Committee in December. We received great feedback. So all of these working groups and the steering committee are moving forward to advance those recommendations into a final report, which we plan to deliver in May. And I will just say, as someone who came from a large system, is now in an even larger system, I'm so incredibly impressed by the wonderful dialogue that's taking place between the various folks that are part of this group. It's a very big group, but there is regular communication, which is fabulous. Want to just very briefly tell you about a transfer technology development that is thank you, Kim, that's in the works. So I think probably many people that are here at this event are aware that it's frequently really challenging to see how courses articulate across campuses without kind of going individually, major by major, and sometimes going down rabbit holes. So we're excited that we are in the process of developing a universal transfer equivalency tool that would draw together existing campus approved course equivalencies into a common platform. That's system agnostic, meaning it does not matter what instance of degree works you're going to be working in, or whether you're a banner campus or not. It's intended to be something that kind of really gets us into the 21st century and does not kind of involve multiple conversations about getting people to give up things that work for them in order to get this other thing. So this is being developed by our Assistant Vice Chancellor for Transfer and Articulation, Tom Hannaford, in dialogue with our excellent friends at the SICUS Center and partners at Ellucian. The tool, when it's final, will allow for easy, unrestricted access for all students, again, prospective and current students, while creating a comprehensive data set of course equivalencies that can be used by all campuses, regardless of the student information or degree audit systems that they're on. The development and implementation approach that's being used is predicated on being low impact to campuses, with most of the effort being absorbed by the SUNY system team and the software developer, in this case, Ellucian. AVC Hannaford is conducting ongoing campus outreach, and he's held a series of system-wide information webinars over the past couple of months that more than 400 people have participated in. So there's a lot of excitement and broad awareness about this process. So we anticipate a significant number of campuses will be involved in the first phase. We have a set of 4 pilot colleges that were ready to go because they were on banner and in the same instance of DegreeWorks. And then we have 4 subsequent cohorts of colleges that will be brought in. So we definitely anticipate that the first phase of the implementation will be done by the end of the spring, and then the second phase by the end of this calendar year. So truly exciting. If you're a tech and data nerd like I am, this is beyond exciting development. So just in terms of the task force, we're going to continue to meet through the spring, finalize our recommendations in a report to the Chancellor by the end of the spring semester, and then hopefully make broad announcements about not just the technology tool, but also recommendations that have come out of the transfer task force. So that's it. Happy to take some questions with Valerie. Here's our contact information, which we can leave up if helpful.
Great. Thank you, Donna. And Brian, you're still here, right? Perfect. Okay. So questions for Brian, Donna, or Valerie? Go ahead, Ryan.
I was just wondering.
Can you say who you are and what campus?
Yeah, Ryan McCabe from Finger Lakes Community College. And all of the stuff on the slides looks amazing. But my two questions, I guess. One, you had national data related to transfer. And I was wondering if we have SUNY data, since we did have a SUNY seamless transfer project a few years ago. And then the second question is, the national data indicated that 17% of students end up with a bachelor's degree after 6 years. But that seems like less of a transfer problem and more of a students graduating community college problem. since only around 35% of our students in SUNY graduate from the community college they first attend. So I would see that more as a retention issue than a transfer issue, because if they can't graduate, then they're likely not going to be able to make it on to the bachelor's level.
Did you hear those questions, Donna?
I did. So I'll respond in two ways. So the goal of that slide was just to kind of present kind of our specific issues in the first half, and then to just kind of situate them within the national context. So SUNY does very slightly better than some of those national averages, and not by much, which is a shame given all of the excellent work that has happened to date with our seamless transfer efforts, the transfer paths, the fact that students can transfer, there's no cost to apply to transfer from a SUNY community college or a CUNY community college for that matter. So much work has been done in many, many areas. That said, we still have a very significant problem. And the problem is one of both retention and transfer. So I think you're right. We certainly have room at the associate level to ensure that more students who enter an associate program finish it and can transfer. And recent data out of CCRC and Aspen, the Aspen Institute that just came out like within the last couple of weeks, demonstrates that students who earn an associate degree and transfer has significantly higher baccalaureate rates. That said, if you look across the country and within SUNY, even students who transfer, they don't do very well. They manage to transfer, don't do very well. So it's a both and issue. We have to do better at helping more students complete their associate degrees. We have to help more students transfer that want to. And then once they transfer, we have to make sure that they actually can complete a bachelor's degree. So it's a both and issue.
Thank you. Other questions? Do we have any online questions?
Nothing has come in online.
Okay, I do have a question, Donna, and really this is just a clarification. The funding that is available through the Transformation Fund, that is not, is that one-time funding or is that recurring funding?
So it currently is one-time funding that campuses can use for 2 to 3 years, depending on how they use the funds. Campuses that opted into ASAP and ACE could use their funds over 3 years. The other areas, it was up to 2 years. It is currently one-time funding, which we're actively working to try to have baselined or put into the budget permanently.
Great. And then when we talked about the session, you and I talked about the kind of applicability of ASAP and ACE and many of the initiatives, you know, in your area for online students. Now, I know that a good chunk of online students are part-time, but we do have full-time online students on our campuses. So can you talk about that as well?
So certainly within the ASAP and ACE replication space, we've encouraged all colleges to think broadly about the types of students they could support. Students who are partially online, students who are fully online, as long as the support services can be delivered, you know, with the same level of rigor. So it requires extra work, but we very much would love to see, especially for adult learners who would prefer to take some or even all of their classes online. So that's something that we have worked with some colleges who are interested in going down that road, but in all cases, we've let it be known, if you have vast numbers of students or even a substantial number of students or one student who wants to study online, ensure that the support services and the resources you're offering can be made available to them. In other areas, campuses had free reign if bringing more of their programs to an online space, like the very creative work that optometry and Upstate are doing together, that's an entirely online program for the most part. So there has been a lot of creativity in how folks are thinking about using the online space. And Valerie, I don't know if you want to say anything about, even though we didn't cover it in this session, in terms of all of the kind of work we're trying to do with getting students to complete their FAFSA forms. We're aggressively trying to think about how we can use online to reach more students outside of the classroom as well.
Absolutely. And we didn't go into a lot of, or really talk about our enrollment management oversight within the student success portfolio. But as Donna mentioned, we are providing a lot of online supports, virtual sessions on a weekly basis for financial aid and FAFSA completion. We're also working with students through the Student Response Center, through SUNY Central, fielding questions on a regular basis with regards to applications and financial aid completion, et cetera. So the online space is definitely a very strong, mechanism that we reach out to people.
Yeah. Any other questions? I do have one more, but I don't want to monopolize. Anything, nothing online, right? So my last question, Donna, is coming back to the data. And one of the things we talk about in this, community of online folks is how data, compares for online students, online programs versus campus-based or face-to-face, or even for those who are blending. So I don't know if you're looking at that at this point, but I would just want to kind of put that out there as something to look at. As you look at the impact of ASAP and ACE and where online students or online activities are accounted for, what does that look like?
It's an excellent suggestion, and we're building to all of ASAP and ACE is predicated on this very robust kind of data management system, data for program management, as well as a rigorous ongoing evaluation process. So we're creating our data collection metrics right now, and we absolutely can build into that the collection of the modalities of how services are delivered, as well as looking to see what percentage of students are taking courses either partially or entirely online, and to compare how they're doing both with the students who are not, as well as with a matched comparison group of similar students.
Yeah, and I don't know if you were online when you probably weren't this morning when Dan Feinberg was presenting, but we do capture in the data that we collect from campuses, we do capture course modality for every course that gets reported to SUNY, for the enrollments that get reported in those courses. And also there are data elements on the student record that relate to how students are are they online students or not? There's an attribute that we track on that. So there are ways
Excellent.
to connect in with the SUNY data to be able to do some of that analysis. So I just wanted to mention that.
Now that's really helpful. So we're building out a staff layer who will be pulling data, not just that we collect from the campuses, but from the data source you just mentioned. So
Yeah,
I made a
that's
note of
great.
that. That's super helpful.
Yep. And since I harp on this community all the time to report that data, I want to make sure that we're using it when it's relevant. All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, please join me in thanking Brian, Donna, and Valerie for joining us today and sharing what they're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.